Up with Alt Samuelson, and out in front, Ray Ferraro will center for Dave Tippett on the left, and Kevin Dineen on the right. For the Blackhawks, Darren Pang in goal, Manson and Wilson on defense, Savard, Graham, and Larmer out in front. Here's the draw now, taken by Manson in his own end. Clearing it into the Hartford zone, Samuelson there, his pass picked off by Larmer. Rolling it in, hoping for Savard, but Jennings gets back first. Puts it to the right wing boards, and Dineen, whose long feed deflects over the boards into the Chicago. And comes on for the Whalers, Scott Young, an excellent looking young rookie on the right side, and Tom Martin on left wing. Here's Francis to center, and he shoots one in. Larmer back. Larmer works along the right wing board, shoveled it neatly to Graham, steps over the line. Graham into the near corner against Francis, who rubs him off on the boards. Ladouceur took it away. Randy Ladouceur to center, takes a long shot. Pang steers it to Larmer. Now into the far corner goes Francis, rolling it loose to the near side. Taken by Graham. Dirk Graham will dump it in and head for a change. Cote for Hartford. Shooting it to center, Rick Vibe. We're going to have a penalty coming up. Here's Vibe, a shot right on, and a save by Liuta. Whaler penalty coming. Back of the net it goes. There it's dug out by Troy Murray. Murray's pass is picked off, and so the whistle will sound. Well, Troy Murray, who, as you heard Mike Keehan say, his face looks like a road map.
The goals. They've been short 138 times.
That 83% kill ratio is the best in the league that the Whalers have put together.
They don't sit back, the Whalers. They don't hang at their blue line and let you get set up. They like to force you in your own zone. You better be sharp, better be ready.
Hartford pulling off a major upset the other night when they beat the Calgary Flames, handing Calgary only their 5th loss of the year, and one of the big keys, their ability to kill off the Calgary power play. Here's the Hawks with their first chance. Troy Murray on the far side. Murray into the circle, side of the net for Vibe, trying to center it, and Thomas couldn't redirect it to the open side. Came to the near board, Thomas in front, shoot! And he shot it up over the top of the net. Thomas feeding Murray, whose shot went up high. Now Thomas on the near board. Steve Thomas to the line for Wilson. Up the boards to Murray. Troy Murray on the far side with a shot deflecting into the corner. Vive after it there. Rolled it loose along the boards. Wilson able to hold it into Savard. His pass off the end of his stick, and the Whalers, Quenneville steals and clears. A minute to go on the Hawk power play as Wilson fires it in. Took a bad bounce right in front, but Ladouceur is on it. Trying to hoist it over everybody's head, couldn't do it. Hawks keep it in. Now Cote hammered it to the far side, and Evison shot it the rest of the way down.
What a great chance for the Hawks on their first part of it, though. Rick Vibe failing to click with Thomas there. He would have an empty netter.
Now Manson, his pass deflecting at center ice to Francis. Ron Francis over the Chicago line against Wilson, trying to center it. Pang breaks it up and got it to Dave Manson. Manson feeds Graham to center. Now Graham steps over the line, then lost his footing just as he was ready to shoot a backhander. Came to the near board. Savard fought off a check to hold it into Larmer. Back to the line, Manson put it to Wilson on the far side. He rolled it in behind the net. Jennings took a bump there, but wins the puck. Jennings got it to the near side, and Dineen. Now the Hartford penalty over, going to be a 2-on-1. Martin over the line, shooting. Pang, the save. It trickled past him, and Wilson dug it out of the slot area. Came to the near side and winds up back at center ice. Well, the teams are back at full and equal strength. As the puck is cleared to center, Trent Yanni is there. Shooting it back into the Hartford zone. Samuelson put it past everybody down into Chicago territory, and an icing call will be made here against the Whalers.
Accurate precision, accurate performance, accurate price. My Acura Legend is the alternative luxury car. Only from my Chicagoland Acura dealer.
Oh, an Acura. Meet the alternative luxury car, the Acura Legend. Only at your Chicago.
Now in the Hartford zone, Whalers fire it down all the way once again, and another icing call coming up here against Hartford. Here come the Whalers on a quick breakout, 4-on-3 if they hurry. Evason over the line, shoots. Wilson blocked the shot. Came to the near side, a centering pass. In front, Vince Alette fought off an Evason check to clear it back of the goal. Now Kerry Wilson trying to center it. Picked off by McGill. And he shot it into the Whaler end. Dave Babbitt handed it to McGill on the near side, shooting. Hit his own man, Presley, in front. Winds up back at center ice. Now Brian Noonan sliding it into the Whaler end. Babbage puts it around to the near side, held in by Thomas. His long wrist shot and a save by Liut. Through traffic. I'm not sure he had much of a look at it. Now another long shot. Liut had it, muffed it. Here's Thomas. Liut the save. Rebound. Liut stopped that. And the Whalers bear it into the Hog zone.
And why didn't Kerry Wilson get a penalty? He just tackled Noonan as he attempted to get the rebound. But Liut has a lot of trouble with long shots, especially the high ones.
A mad scramble around the Whaler goal, all created because Liut muffed a fluttering high shot, which was not very hard at all. Here's a centering pass. Murray coughed it up, now gets it back. Conroy then shot it in behind the net. Thomas after it there. Got it knocked away to the near side. Dave Tippett out for the Whalers. Shooting it into the Hog zone. Deneen too well covered, and it's cleared back to center ice. Dave Manson leading the Hawk rush. Leaving for Thomas. Fires. Liut the save. Rebound. Liut again. Oh, a great rebound save on 5. But there will be a Whaler penalty coming. Game tonight. Looks to me like he may have benefited from a little time off. We mentioned he had an injury, missed 8 games. Now here's Savard with a long shot. Liut stopped that. Now Murray on the far side. Across for Savard. Shooting. He scores! Dennis Savard from the top of the near circle. Blew it by Liut to the stick side. 1-0 Chicago.
Second chance for Savard. He let the first one go. Liut made the save. The Whalers failed to clear. Savard got a second chance. Cranked it up. Rick Vaive was cutting in front of Liut. As a screen, I don't think he got a piece of it. Savard pumped it in. And Savard coming off a big game in that win against St. Louis, getting a couple of goals, back on track with the goals. Liut made an excellent save on the first attempt. Troy Murray picked it up. Diagonal pass back to Savard, who had all kinds of room, and he blew it by Liut.
So the Hawks cash in on a power play against the league's best penalty-killing team, and
Blackhawks
Chicago out in front.
15th point in his last 10 games.
Now here's Dave Manson, tied up in his own end by Kerry Wilson, but Sutter helped out. Wayne Sutter into the Whaler zone for Bass, and a backhander. Liut a stick save. Rebound Quenneville. Joel Quenneville feeding Turgeon. He lost it. Now the puck squirts loose to the far side, and Quenneville is there. Now on a delayed offside call, the Hawks have certainly benefited from 2 power plays, but that second power play only lasted 10 seconds before Savard scored. Now the draw into the Hog zone. Turgeon to the near corner, tied up by McGill. Larmer digs it out of there to Doug Wilson. Now he feeds Savard to center. Savard crisscrossing over the line, but Larmer.
This to Murray and Vaive at 6:13.
Here's Bob McGill shooting one in. Whalers' Scott Young wins the battle of the boards, shooting it out to center ice. And now they rolled an onside play. Did I explain that all right?
I don't know. You got me all messed up now. I thought it was the other way around. No wonder I've been tough on these linesmen.
What are you, a lemonhead or something? Here's an offside. There's the draw, shot into the Chicago end, taken by Manson. Feeding Conroy, who shoots it in. Brad Jennings looking to clear and did get it to center. Now taken by Kerry Wilson to the line. Shoots one, blocked by Conroy out in front. Manson picks it up. Manson feeding Presley at center. Back pass to Noonan over the line for Manson. He flips one up over top of the net. And it winds up on the far side and now deflects into the crowd. Boy, if Noonan makes and then it's to Thomas, he centered it, a shot blocked at the defense as Murray tried to let one rip. Now cleared to the near side and Tippett. Dave Tippett tied up by Manson along the boards. Then Thomas dug it out. Thomas in front shooting. Liut the save. That just hit him. Liut happened to have that one hit him as Thomas ripped a high, hard drive off the right shoulder of Liut. Here comes Tippett with a shot. That backhander missed the short side. And Vive the other way. Vive will dump it in as the Hawks head for a change. Samuelson. Ulf Samuelson to Kevin Dineen on right wing. Doug Wilson picked his pocket, shooting it in deep. Came around to the near side and deflects to center. McGill trying to feed Graham, and it's picked off at the Whaler line by Dineen. He gave it to Tippett, who takes a long shot, deflecting up into the seats. Halfway through the first period, Chicago.
Just a sip and you're gonna say, hey, 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 can't stop it, can't stop it. Feeling you get from a Coca-Cola Classic. Can't beat it, can't beat the real thing. Can't beat the feeling.
From the face-off, the Blackhawks dump one into the Hartford end. Ladouceur back for it. Savard harasses him, then Francis digs it loose and clears to center ice. Doug Wilson flipping it back in. Ladouceur back of his own goal. Cleared it to the far side. Francis battles his way to center before he's stopped. Larmer back over the line for Savard. Faking, walks right in. Turns in behind the net. Trying to center it. Liut gloved it, lost it. Now a scramble at the side of the goal. Graham digs it out. Graham centered a shot. And Liut the save on Savard. Rebound cleared, not out. Doug Wilson centering Savard to Larmer. In front, Graham. He scores! What a passing play by the Blackhawks. A brilliant sequence of passes, and the Hawks lead 2-0.
Whenever this line has been together, they've played extremely well. They moved the puck extremely well out of Graham playing the left wing with Larmer and Savard. Savard to Larmer to Graham, and Graham on the off wing buries it after Liut robs Savard on a feed from Graham in behind the net. You couldn't ask for a prettier passing play. Doug Wilson, four-way passing play there. Wilson to Savard to Larmer to Graham.
And again, Dale, from the Hartford perspective, the whole mess started when Liut had a flipped up puck at waist high, his glove right on it, and unable to hold it. So the Hawks kept the play alive. Now here's Quenneville to the deep slot. Babbage, the long shot. Bang, the save. Rebound to the near side. Turgeon trying to dig it loose, but Basson did. Beating Cassidy. Cassidy flipped it into the Hartford end. Dean Evison for the Whalers. Hey, ran Doug Dwayne Sutter tried to run him over and wound up on the seat of his pants on a hit from Evison. Whalers cleared into the Hog zone. Turgeon to the corner against Manson. He overskates it, and Cassidy digs it loose. Beating Everett Santa pass to the line, trying to beat a check. He did, and then coming across was Samuelson to poke check it away. And now it's frozen in the near corner with 8 minutes to go in the first. It's 2-0 Hawks on WBBM.
Today, over 20.
Dennis Savard with some great stick handling prior to the goal that set up Graham. And Liut just juggled a waist-high little flip shot from Savard, and that kept the play alive.
In the Hartford zone, Thomas works the boards, but his pass picked off by Dineen to Tippett. Dave Tippett shoots it in, comes around to the near side, and bounces loose to Yanni. Trent Yanni feeds Steve Conroy over the line, leaving for Vive. His centering pass intercepted. Whalers on a counter have a 2-on-1. Over the line, Ferraro centered one. They score! Ray Ferraro was looking for a Kevin Dineen deflection. I'm not sure if he got one or not. That appeared to go straight in, but at any rate, the Whalers on the board trail it 2-1.
Whenever a defenseman makes a rush or gets involved offensively, the trailing forward has got to take his point. Troy Murray didn't realize the defenseman was in, got caught, and was a 3-on-1. Pass across, deflected by Dineen to Ferraro, back to Dineen, and a little deflection through the legs of Darren Pang. Only the one defender back. That was Trent Yanni, and he didn't realize it was a 2-on-1 as he committed to the guy on the far side.
So the Whalers, as they are wont to do, counter quickly and able to break the ice, so they trail it just 2-1 now. Here's Cote back of his own net. Sylvain Cote up the middle to Francis. He shoots it in. Here's a quick shot and a save by Pang as Martin got to the carom out of the corner first, scoring his team leading 16th of the year. Face off to the right of Pang. Here's the draw. Bouncing to the far side, Doug Wilson feeds Manson. Now cleared ahead to Savard, rolled it loose to Larmer over the line. Steve Larmer to the trailer. Graham leaves for Manson. Manson along wrist shot. Liut gloves that. Put it to the near side, Martin. Martin couldn't get it out. Manson shot it into the corner. Savard for Larmer. Rolled it to the far side. Graham now moves behind the net. Tied up by Francis. And Francis clears to Martin, who shot it to the Chicago line. Doug Wilson takes a long shot. Liut stopped that rebound. Presley right in. Liut the save. Rebound to the near side. Manson rolled it in behind the net. Noonan took a hit from Cote, but maintains control. Now Noonan spun around along the boards, and it slides free to the near side. Taken by Kerry Wilson. His pass winds up in the Chicago zone. Doug Wilson back for it. Gave it to Manson, who shot it into the Hartford end. Dave Babbage clears to center. Turgeon takes a long shot. Pang the pad save. Leaves for Conroy, who's tied up along the boards by Jody Hall, a rookie. Now dug loose to Turgeon. His shot blocked at the Hawk defense. Then Kerry Wilson, the rebound, moves in front, shoots. Pang the save. Rebound taken by Noonan. Cleared to center ice. Turgeon flipped it ahead, but right to Basson. Bob Basson in over the line, leads for Conroy, shoots one. Liut stopped it, and the Whalers then nearly put it into their own net. And Dale, you got the book on Mike Liut. Shoot from anywhere and everywhere, especially when you're at long range. seems to be having more than a little difficulty with what are often routine shots. 5 minutes to go in the first period. 2-1 in favor of the Hawks. As it's dumped into the Whalers zone. Kevin Dineen on right wing. There to the head for Tippett over the line. His backhander trickles wide, and Sutter picks it up. Leading Basson. Jennings stands him up along the boards, then Sutter crunch Jennings. Here they go! And Jennings with a big left hand knocks Sutter down. And they fall down right in front of the benches, so our view is impaired here, but they gave one another the hairy eyeball, and Grant Jennings didn't hesitate.
Jennings, a big strapping defender, formerly of the Washington Capitals, picked up in a trade. Basson and Jennings collided, and Sutter came in and flattened him from behind, totally surprising Jennings, and then Jennings took exception to it and took advantage of the superior reach.
Penalties are coming. Blackhawks 2, Whalers 1 on WBBM.
Do you drink to be...
Man power disadvantage for either club, offsetting minor penalties. Blackhawks with 17 shots.
Here's the draw now. McGill to the line, feeding Graham on the far side. Babbage forced into the corner, where Ladouceur took it away. And he's pulled down, and Graham's going to get a penalty. Whalers will get their first power play of the night. 2-1 Chicago.
Lots of things to do with the relatives on the way. Oh, what fun to visit you. They'll stay and stay and stay.
Unfortunately, the holiday season is right around the corner. Fortunately, so is Holiday Cash, the Illinois Lottery's new instant game.
Holiday cash, why not try your luck? Oh, what fun it is to win a quick $200.
Dirk Graham gives Randy Ladouceur a love tap, and he gets caught for a penalty. This will be the first Whaler power play of the period. Penalty coming at 15:45. The Whalers this year have 29 power play goals. They're at 20%. One of the reasons the Hawks won against St. Louis the other night, their penalty killing. They didn't allow a power play goal, and that's a rarity.
Certainly is. The Hawks have been hit with 55 power play goals against. They're at 71%. The worst penalty killing mark in the league. Dumped into the Chicago zone. Francis on the near side. Put it into the corner. Doug Wilson there, but his clearing attempt blocked by Dineen. Out to the line, Scott Young to Babbage. The long shot. Missed the net. Rebound, Francis, far corner. Ron Francis to Young at the line. Here's the long shot. Pang stopped it. Rebound to Murray. Couldn't get it out. Babbage held it into Francis. Francis to the far circle. Dropped it to the line. Young. He put it to Babbage. Long wrist shot. They score! Darren Pang never saw it. A wrist shot that still has not hit the back of the net. Caromed in off the far post. This game is tied at 2.
Well, Hawks had a chance to clear. Troy Murray failed to do so on a bouncing puck. Fanned on it. It was kept in by Babbage with a skate. The Whalers got a second chance, and they made the best of it. Babbage just flipped the wrist shot that deflected maybe twice, hit a skate, and somehow got by Darren Pang and hit the post and went in. He didn't pick it up till it was by him. But the Hawks had a chance to clear it, failed to do so. The Whalers, on a weak wrist shot from the point, tie it up.
So the Blackhawks have seen a 2-0 lead evaporate. All even again at a deuce as Troy Murray centers Liut, able to block it away from Thomas. And now back comes Samuelson. Paul Samuelson a long drive. Pang a blocker save. And Thomas shot it down into the Whaler zone. This will be icing if Quenneville gets there first, and he doesn't as Thomas hustled to save the icing. But Evison gets there, and he couldn't clear it. Bouncing to the slot to Thomas. Oh, he drifted one just wide. Aimed to the near corner, and Quenville puts it around the board. Samuelson. Now Brent Peterson on for a rare shift. He couldn't clear it. Vive at the line. His back pass picked off. And Vive is pulled down, and Turgeon will get a penalty. And the Blackhawks will get a late power.
Hawks have had 18 shots on goal. The Whalers have had half that total. And yet the statistic that counts, it's a 2-2 hockey game. It's got to be frustrating for this Hawk club. They've dominated play, and yet they don't have anything to show for it.
Chance to regain the lead here on the power play for the Blackhawks. Face off to the right of Liut. Here's the draw. Shot to the near side and winds up back in the Hawk zone. Doug Wilson sends Murray to center, beating Larmer, who bangs it in. Vive to the far corner. Had it knocked loose, but Wilson kept it in. For Savard, pass right at his feet, allowing Tippett to steal, but he couldn't clear it. Larmer for Murray, a blast. Missed the net by 10 feet. Here's Larmer, or Savard centering for Murray, through to the far side. Troy Murray. Side of the net for Vive, a knee-high pass. Vive able to flag it down. Got it to the line, Savard. Now Larmer on the near board. Put it in behind the net. Troy Murray. To the far point, Doug Wilson. Gave it back to Murray. Had it knocked away to Cote. Now he couldn't control it. They battled along the boards. Then Peterson came up with it. Brent Peterson 2-on-2 to the line, shooting, and a glove save by Pang. 45 seconds for the Hawk power play as Savard's pass misses Graham, sliding the length of the ice, icing against Chicago. It's the Hawks 2, the Whalers 2
to go in the period.
1 minute to play in the period.
In the Chicago zone, here's Dave Manson as Tippett goes into the turtle, saying he's hurt.
It went down very awkwardly. He was hooked by Yanni. I thought it might have been a penalty call. The Hawks got away with it. But when he fell down, he seemed to fall on top of Yanni's either a stick or a skate in a very awkward position. And he was in some pain right away. You could see it on his face. Just happened to the left of us after a bouncing puck almost got by Darren Pang.
Well, I was like you when I saw him go down. I looked right at referee Kerry Fraser, and he seemed to start moving that right arm a little as if he was considering a penalty, but did not give one to Manson. And Evison down, and the Whaler trainer out in a hurry to have a look. Seems to be favoring his left leg, and you said it was an awkward-looking fall. He was kind of bent over backwards almost.
Trent Yanni had the stick up pretty high in that situation, trying to slow him up so he couldn't get to a bouncing puck in the corner to the right of Darren Pang.
Face off outside the Whaler line. The draw into the Hartford zone. Larmer gets to it in the corner, but had it taken away. Then Murray held it in. His pass is stolen. Tippett clears. Here's Savard with half a minute to go in the period. Shooting it in. Samuelson to the far side. Peterson. He's tied up. Doug Wilson put it into the corner. Now the Hartford penalty is over. Both teams are back at full strength. Here's Vive trying to center it. Comes through to the near side, Larmer. Larmer leads for Savard. His return pass is stolen. Here come the Whalers. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Tip it over the line for Turgeon. The shot blocked by Doug Wilson. And Larmer picks it up, and that'll do it for the first period. The Blackhawks jumped out in front on a power play goal from Dennis Savard, his 13th of the first period. Mike Keenan hoping his troops can continue their efforts here in the second as the draw is dumped into the Blackhawk zone. Bob McGill slipped it to the near side. Savard ahead for Larmer. Couldn't hold the pass. Now bouncing around at center ice. Scott Young trying to move in. Savard took it away, though. Dennis Savard feeds Doug Wilson. Wilson on the move, carries over the line, trying to beat a check. He centered it. Oh, picked off by Ladouceur at the defense. Otherwise, Wilson's pass had a teammate alone in front. And now the Whalers able to clear the Hawks back offside. Radio pregame, 7:30 on television. And back here Sunday night to host the slumping New Jersey Devils, who recently were chastised by their coach, Jim Schoenfeld. A little upset with a relatively young New Jersey team that he thought was living on the laurels of last year, and their record would indicate that's just what's happening. Now the Devils in here Sunday night. Now the play in the Hog zone. Here's Dineen throwing it across to the far side. Jennings trying to hold it in. Did to Turgeon. Here's the shot. Deflected over the glass into the crowd. Here's the draw to Babbage with a long shot. Pang the pad save. Back of the net to Manson. Puts it around to Presley on right wing. Presley's pass picked off, then came right back to him. Wayne Presley motors to the line. Fakes the shot, trying to beat a check. And the puck rolled loose now, almost into the net. Boy, Liut just doesn't want to freeze the puck. It's hurt him a couple of times. Back of the net, Manson. Dave Manson leaving in the near corner, but it hit the referee Frazier, and out comes Quenneville. He cleared it to Turgeon with a long shot. Pang gloves that. Cleared it to the near corner, taken by Basson. And he shot it back into the Hartford zone. Ulf Samuelsson on the near board. Took a hit from Thomas, but clears it away to Ferraro. Now Tippett. His pass, a two-line pass to Dineen, and the whistle sound. Now the draw deflected 150th career game in the league. His career goals against an even 3.5 goals against per game. Steve Conroy trying to flip one into the slot. Here's a shot and a save by Liut. And a pass, a point-blank backhander. Now Murray digs it out to Conroy. A shot didn't get through. Conroy again, side of the net to Vive. Moving in, centered one, blocked by Samuelsson at the defense. And Ulf Samuelsson takes over for the Whalers, clearing it into the Chicago end. Rick Vive leaves for Manson. Dave Manson bank pass to Murray, who shoots it in. Santa pass. Poked it into the near corner. Murray's there. Troy Murray to the deep slot. Here's Larmer, a long shot. Liut the pad save. Rebound to the far side. Taken by the Whalers, Jennings. Jennings got it to Samuelsson. Now Ferraro to the line, shooting. Pang the stop that with a left pad. Now cleared back to center, but a two-line pass takes our circle in the Chicago end. The draw back into the Whaler zone. Randy Ladouceur turns behind the goal. Trying to feed Young, then Savard steals, moves into the slot. Francis tied him up beautifully and avoided a penalty. Great play by Ron Francis defensively. Back to center McGill. He gets around a check, put it over the line, Savard. The pass didn't click, and Francis shoots it into the Blackhawks zone. Dirk Graham on the far side. Shot it to center. Sylvain Cote dumping it in. Taken by Doug Wilson, trying the long breakaway pass to Savard, but Cote had that diagnosed. His long shot, paying a stick save. And it's cleared to Larmer at center. Steve Larmer 3-on-3 over the line, leads for Savard. Trying to center it, nobody home in front for the Hawks. And Ladouceur trying to clear it, got it to Francis. Ron Francis for Jody Hull, dumping it in. Here's Conroy to McGill. Bob McGill puts it deep into the Hartford end. Babbage rolls it right back into the Chicago zone. Brian Noonan, bumped by Kerry Wilson, who steals out of the corner, moves behind the net, centered one, loose in front. Vince Alette there to sweep it away, and got it to center, and Presley, who shoots one in. Presley chasing himself, over skates it in the corner. Out come the Whalers. Turgeon, his pass broken up. Now taken by Kerry Wilson. Ex-Blackhawk property. Kerry Wilson, a long shot, gloved by Pang to Manson. Trying to clear it. Dineen held it in. Kevin Dineen put it in behind the Hawk goal. Noonan, to the near board Santa pass. He deflects it into the Hartford zone. Brad Jennings, shotted by everybody into the Hawk end, and it'll be an icing call against the Whalers. We've played.
And neither club wanting to make a mistake here and give the other team the opportunity to take the lead.
In the Hartford zone, Trent Yanni bounced one into the corner, then gets it back. Now feeds Bass and put it in front. Here's a shot and a save by Liut. Santa Pass did well to get off the shot as he was harassed and going the other way, but he got it on net. Liut with a good stop. Here's Dineen, a quick breakout. Over the line, Dineen shooting, Pang, rebound. Pang stopped that as Ferraro tied up. And let's see, the net comes off the mooring, so a whistle.
Dave tried to put it to a stick, but it was poked away from him. And the Hawks did a good job of recovering and making it a 2-on-2 situation. Dineen tried to stop, waited to try and make a pass, then decided to shoot. The rebound went.
Francis, the leader of this Hartford team. If he's the leader, then I think Kevin Dineen is 1A. He's right there. He's as hard as... He's got as good a work ethic as anybody else in the NHL.
And two different styles.
Face-off will be to the left of Darren Pang. Pittsburgh leading Los Angeles 4-3 in the third. Edmonton all over Toronto 7-2 in the third. And the Maple Leafs falling fast. Here's the puck cleared into the Hartford zone. Graham battles in the corner. Now Larmer in to help out. Tied up by Cote. Then Graham came up with it, trying to muscle his way in front. It trickled to the side of the net. Whalers clear it back to the boards, and now into the Hog zone. Bob McGill puts it around the boards, taken by Larmer. His pass just missed Wilson, sliding into the Hartford zone. Cote back to touch it for an icing call. The Toronto mate. Well, the Hawks won't have a better streak of home cooking than they're in the middle of right now, or just starting, really. The Hawks, starting with that game on Sunday, play on home ice. They play 7 games out of 8. The only road game is the one this Saturday in St. Louis. So until New Year's Eve, the Hawks basically are at home with one exception, 7 out of 8 on home ice. So now is the time to make a little hay. Now here's Rick Vive to center, moving 2-on-2 over the line, leads for Thomas. Boy, he tried a drop pass when he was in good shooting position, and the Whalers able to break it up. And Thomas, after his red-hot streak a couple of weeks ago, the chances have still been there, but hasn't been capitalizing the last couple of games as he had been earlier. And here's the puck shot over the glass and into the crowd.
Well, there's a strong case for shooting the puck.
Face off to the left of Pang. This game tied at 2 with just under 12 minutes for the second. Here's Dineen, a shot right from the draw. Didn't get through the traffic. Taken by Doug Wilson. Flipping it to the Whaler line. Jennings let it roll away to the corner. Basson goes charging in. Now centered it. Oh, Santa Pass couldn't hold on to it. There, he had a good chance right in front. Wayne Sutter back over the line. Feeding Basson to the corner. Trying to center it. Blocked at the defense. Basson works to the near corner. And Ferraro dug it out of there, and a penalty coming up against the Whalers. Basson had quite a board battle going along with Samuelsson, I believe, and right at the end of it.
Well, Samuelsson, the fine Swedish defenseman who leads the Whalers in career penalty minutes, gets another one. Lead 52, and the Hawks will get their 4th power play. He gave Baston a poke with the left glove after Baston lost his helmet. The Hawks here 1 for 3, looking for their 2nd power play goal.
Face off to the right of Liut. The draw to the Whalers. Sylvain Cote dumps it in. Tip it into the far corner, run over by Troy Murray with a big hit, and out comes Savard. Dennis Savard wheels over the Hartford line. Savard hanging onto the deep slot. He put it to Murray. Back to the line, and Savard, he moved it to Wilson. Near circle for Murray. Troy Murray. Back to the line, Wilson. To Savard. He flipped it to Murray, trying to center it, deflects up high. Larmer got to it, but his pass missed Murray. Back to the line, Wilson. Here's the long shot. Missed the net. Rebound to the far side. Savard held it in, but the Whalers steal, and Quenneville clears. Savard quickly back to center. Bouncing it in. Vive in the corner. Rick Vive tied up along the boards, rolled it in behind. Now Cote got help from Quenneville, couldn't get it out. Wilson near board to Vive, leaving for Wilson at the line. Shot it behind the net, Santa Pass. To Thomas on the far board. Out to the line, Savard. Feeding Thomas. He mishandled it, then got it to Wilson, bounced it in front. Cote steals and clears. You said it earlier. Boy, these Whalers don't sit back at all. They come after you.
They take chances. They go high at the point man and force everything. They're not giving Savard and Wilson any time at all.
Yanni into the Hartford zone. Ridden into the corner. Now, big battle along the boards. Dineen wins it and clears. And that'll do it for the Hawk power play. It's over now, and both teams are back at full strength. Dave Manson to the line, fires, deflected upstairs, and nearly got a... 9 minutes to go in the second period.
It's a big organ, I might add.
Here's Yanni back in his own end. His pass broken up. Now Manson in Chicago territory, sets up back of the goal. The Vive on right wing, threw it across too far for Thomas. And Turgeon the other way against Manson over the line. Turgeon knocked down by Manson, who played the body beautifully. Now the Whalers able to hold it in. Not for long, though, as Vive works it loose to center ice. Dump back into the Hawk zone. Manson to play it. Just hammers it down into the Hartford end, and this will be icing with 8 minutes to go in the second. Hawks 2, Whalers 2 on W.
8 minutes remaining in this second period, an uneventful second period. Both teams very cautious.
Here's Doug Wilson. Motoring to center. Cranks a long one. Liut stopped it, gave up a rebound. A shot. Big save by Liut as Larmer got to the rebound. Now the Whalers clear it. And that's the other thing, Dale. If the shot doesn't beat Liut, he'll often give up that rebound. And he gave up a great one, at least from the Hawk perspective right there.
I think the game plan from here on.
Off to the right of Liut. Savard wins to Wilson. His chop shot deflects up high. And Ladouceur trying to clear it. Hit a leg to Larmer for Graham. Shooting. Liut, the glove save. Gave it to Ladouceur. Now it's cleared to center. Francis for Young over the line. Shooting. He fired it wide, going for the short side. Rebound in behind. Scott Young digs it out. Here's the rookie into the deep slot. Young with a wrist shot. Pang the save. Rebound. And off the end of the stick of Francis, and a Hawk penalty will be coming up here. Scott Young has been a tremendously pleasant surprise for this Hartford.
They had one power play. They scored on it, and this will be their second.
Wilson in front with Ferraro and Turgeon on the Whaler power play. Babbage and Samuelson at the points. Here's the draw taken by Doug Wilson. Fires it around the boards. It deflects to center. Kerry Wilson for Hartford. To Walt Samuelson, who fires it in. Now at the far point, Babbage. Up the boards to Turgeon. Side of the net, Kerry Wilson centered it. Picked off at the defense. And the Hawks clear. They may have gotten away with one there.
Well, Bob McGill went way to the top of the circle to chase. Well, that left a 2-on-1 situation in front of the Hawk net, and the Hawks were able to recover and break up the pass.
Pang looking to hoist it himself. Gets it to center. A breakaway for Presley. He's in alone. Mishandled. Now shoots. He scores! Wayne Presley had it, lost it, got it back again, and fired it by Liut, who refused to come out of his goal crease. And the Hawks with a short-handed goal lead 3-2.
Darren Pang with that patented backhand flip. That good hang time has surprised everyone. Presley did a good job of staying on side. The drawback of dumping it in on the power play. If you don't get it all the way around, Pang on the angle shot came out, flipped it high into the neutral zone. Presley stayed on side. The puck preceded him across the line. He finally corralled it. Fake went to his forehand and beat Liut, and Liut looked like his feet were frozen. He was right on the goal line. Never made a move. He just stood there.
When Pang cleared it, it was well over the blue line before Presley was able to gain control. Liut might have had thoughts about going to play it then. Didn't. Presley got it. It rolled ahead of him off the end of his stick, and he never regained control until right outside the goal crease. Liut certainly could have gone for a poke check there. Didn't want to do that. He just remained stationary, and his backside was in the net when Presley shot it in behind him.
Presley, as good as Liut is with the stick and the long reach that he has, I'm very surprised he didn't try to poke Presley.
But the Hawks score the shorthander to grab the lead. Now it's in the Hawk zone. Manson cleared it to Basson. Basson dumping it into the Hartford end. Half a minute for the Whaler power play. I believe that's the 11th shorthanded goal of the year for the Blackhawks. Now the Whalers dumping it in. Came to the near side, held in by Samuelson. Far point to Young, a long shot. Pang stopped it. Rebound Manson. He clears it to center ice.
Nice job by Manson to get away from Francis as he tried to hook him.
Manson deep in his own end now, looking to clear. Gets it down all the way. That'll do it for the penalty. Both teams are back at full strength now. Back into the Chicago zone. Big battle in the corner, then Savard dug it loose to Larmer. Back to Savard, motoring over the line. Leaves for Larmer. It's knocked off his stick into the far corner. Now Kerry Wilson to Sylvain Cote. Cote shoots it in. McGill put it to the far side. Kerry Wilson is there around it. Check, shoots one. Bang, the glove save. And he hangs on with a score. Hawks 3, Whalers. Get ready. Here's the draw. Francis trying to center one, but Graham picked it off to Savard. Around Cote, in over the line. Now into the slot. Savard a back pass. Oh, and he just missed Graham with it. Now a penalty coming up to the Hawks. A delayed call. Francis in over the line for Cote. And the play is ruled offside. Now here's... Oh, somebody just slugged Manson. Tom Martin. A straight left right into Manson. Now Manson going after Martin, and they're all gathering the corner. Now Ladouceur slugged Manson from behind. And a big scrum in the near corner of the Hawk zone.
Well, Ladouceur's got to be a third man in.
Gotta be.
Savard, no way he should be thrown out. He just came to the rescue after Ladouceur dumped in on Manson. There was going to be a penalty initially called in the offensive zone. Martin surprised Manson with a straight left.
And Martin now giving the linesman a tough time as he tries to corral him. Finally now able to pull Martin out of the pack. Manson irate as well, pointing at one of the Whalers, and not Martin. When Martin started it, he just gave a straight right to Manson and surprised him. And then Ladouceur jumped in and hit Manson from behind while he was down, being held by a couple other players.
Well, Ladouceur should be thrown out of the game, because it was Martin and Manson initially in the altercation. Good Manson.
Well, while Kerry Fraser tries to straighten it all out, let's let you know that it's the Blackhawks 3, the Whalers 2 on WBBM.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me.
If you're looking for the perfect gift, the Illinois Lottery's got just the ticket. After all, it's lots of fun, it's always the right size, it never needs batteries, and winning tickets can be returned for cash.
Hartford penalty. Number 29, Randy Ladouceur, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 24, Tom Martin, 2 minutes for roughing. Blackhawk penalties, number 3, Dave Manson, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 33, Dirk Graham, 2 minutes for charging. And number 5, Steve Conroy, 2 minutes for high sticking. All at 15:40.
But I think Randy Ladouceur got a break right there. But whatever, the Whalers have a power play, and here we go as the draw is shot into the Hartford zone. Samuelson now works it back to the Hawk line, feeding Scott Young. Puts it around the boards. Bad hop in front. Here's a shot blocked at the defense. McGill got to it. Clears. Now Scott Young trying to move out, nearly lost it to Presley, but it winds up at center on the stick of Samuelson. Shooting it in. Deneen charging in behind the net. Chopped it to the near side. Tippett lost it to Presley. Then the Whalers got it back. Samuelson at the near point. Deep slot to Young. Flipped it back to Samuelson over his stick and out to center ice. Tippett shooting it right back in. Into the corner goes Francis, and he paid the price as McGill leveled him. Now McGill to the far side, harassed by Tippett. Dineen dug it out. To the line, Young. He feeds Samuelson on the near board. Rolls it into the corner. Francis stood up by Doug Wilson. Now here's Samuelson, a long shot. Pang the save. Gave up a rebound, then diving out. Able to cover it up before Francis got there. Face-off will be to the left of Darren Pang. Basson tossed out. Murray comes in against Kerry Wilson.
Drop the puck.
Here's the draw. Ferraro slipped it to the line. Babbage, the long shot. Pang stopped it. Rebound in front. Wilson a hand pass. And the whistle sounds.
The ideal situation in that last draw was to have the left-handed centerman Basson pull it back to the corner. He was ejected. Troy Murray had to try to pull it to his forehand.
Draw again to the Whalers. Babbage at the far point, put it to the side of the net. Kerry Wilson stick handle center one. They score! The Hawks, I think, put it into their own net. Kerry Wilson trying to center it through the goal mouth. It hit Pang and then went in off of either him or McGill. And the Whalers, on a fortunate bounce, have tied the game at 3.
It was a 2-on-1 situation. Doug Wilson slid to break it up, forcing the Whaler player to back off, and then Pang guessed. He moved away from the post, and as he anticipated the pass, it hit him in the blocker. It went in behind him. Doug Wilson made the play, 2-on-1. It looked like it hit Troy Murray's stick or Bob McGill. I think it was Bob McGill as he came in. Pang broke it up, and then McGill's stick inadvertently knocked it in past Pang. Bad break for Pang and the Blackhawks.
So again, we're even, this time at 3, and the draw is taken by Yanni. That goal came with just 4 seconds left on the Hawk penalty. Here's Sutter in the Whaler zone trying to center. Cote picked it off. Cote, quick outlet to Tippett over the line. Tippett's return pass deflecting in behind the net. Taken by Brent Peterson. Now he wrestles along the boards. Peterson digs it out against Basson. Here's the wraparound and a save by Pang. Rebound to Sutter, skating right into traffic. Peterson stole it. Put it in behind the goal. Now Tippett trying to dig it out of there. Got help from Peterson. Bounce one in front. McGill had it. He's pulled down. The play continues. Now McGill back on his feet, gets control and shot it into the Hartford zone. Now Peterson back over the Hawk line, and Yanni was interfered with, just sent sprawling at the Hawk line. So a whistle and a penalty. Doug Wilson leads the rush to center, fires it in. Murray to the near corner, or Savard rather, digging it out to the line. Wilson along the near board to Savard. Centered it, Larmer, the shot, Liut, the save, rebound, in front, Liut stopped that as Savard had a chance. Came loose to the Whalers, couldn't get it out. Wilson held it in. Across for Manson. It bounced away from him, and Quenneville clears. 45 seconds for the period. Murray shooting it in deep. Samuelson back for it. Took a big hit from Murray. Savard dug it out. Savard to the near corner. Hanging on. Centered it. Larmer waiting. Put it back to Savard. He shot it wide. Now Larmer on the far board. Steve Larmer tees it up for Savard, centered it. Samuelson blocked it, a scramble. Liut the save. As the Hawks, Troy Murray trying to stuff it in, and Liut able to hold him off.
The Hawks moving the puck beautifully. Larmer to Savard. Short side, the next one has shanked it and it went to Troy Murray anyway, and he almost surprised Liut.
Face off to the left of Mike Liut. There's the draw into the far corner. Manson digs it loose. Out to the line, Wilson returning to Manson along the board. His shot hit the side of the net. Rebound, Thomas centered it. And the Whalers cleared out of a goal mouth scramble, and that'll do it for the second period. One special teams goal for each club in period two. Chicago's Wayne Presley scored a shorthander on a breakaway, his 6th of the year. Darren Pang assisting as he flipped it over everybody's head to center, and Presley moved in alone to score. The time 13:24, putting the Hawks out in front, but the Whalers cashed it. We go, the draw to the Whalers, and Brent Peterson over the line to tip it, shoot, and a save by Pang, and a good one. I think that hit Manson's stick, and Pang had to be sharp with it. Here's Savard racing back over the Whaler line, around one check, now weaves into the deep slot, leaves for Wilson, center it, Larmer. It deflected over his stick and up over the glass into the crowd.
So right off the get-go, Tippett with a short-handed chance, and Pang had to make a good save, a glove save from in close.
Face off to the left of Mike Liut, the draw right into the slot area. Tippett able to sweep it back into the Hog zone. Dave Tippett playing in his 366th consecutive game tonight. The second longest streak in the league to Steve Larmer's. The penalty over now. Both teams are back at full strength. Savard back of the Whaler goal. Trying to center, and it's picked off by Francis. Long bank pass to Deneen, and a two-line pass for a whistle.
Game.
The draw to Doug Wilson, a long shot. Liut stopped it and had difficulty with it, but sweeps it away. Young to Francis at center. Francis shooting it in. Aaron Pang to play it. Sends Larmer away. Steve Larmer to Savard. 3-on-3 over the line. Trying to beat a check. Couldn't do it. Shot back into the Hawk zone. Bob McGill. Works it to center, dumping it ahead, stopped at the defense. La Douceur put it into the Blackhawks zone. Conroyd clearing it into the Hartford end. And on a delayed offside call, the whistle sound. $14,279 here today, which I believe will be the smallest crowd of the year. My memory is very spotty a lot of the time. I don't think the Hawks have been under 15,000 though.
Pittsburgh knocked off LA 5-4.
Play into the Hartford zone. Jody Hull on right wing. Clearing it over the Hawk line. Kerry Wilson waiting for help, trying to speed Quenneville, and that's broken up to Conroy. Steve Conroy for Thomas. Got it away to Presley. 2-on-2 over the line. Shoots one up off the glass. Manson in deep after it. Bounced it loose to Presley into the deep slot. Shooting. He scores! Wayne Presley with a rocket up over the glove of Liut. He just muscled that one by him, and the Blackhawks on Presley's second goal of the game lead 4-3.
Troy Murray with a crunching check. Dave Manson in the corner forechecking. Pried the puck loose. Presley circled back to the top of the circle on his forehand and just blew it by the glove hand of Liut. Just under the crossbar. Great shot by Presley. But Manson, the defenseman's in the corner. Tied up by Babbage. He got it to Presley. Presley picked it up, turned, went to the hash marks and blew it by him.
Here's Ferraro over the Hawk line. Doug Wilson took him down, and they have gotten away with one there. The play continues. Ferraro on the near side. Now Sutter able to bounce it back to center. Taken by Doug Wilson to the line where Samuelson stopped him. And Grant Jennings for Hartford. Starts it away to Samuelson. Up the boards for Tippett. Couldn't hold the pass. Santa passed the other way, but as he came to the line, Basson would have been offside, so he had to leave the puck go. And Samuelson back for the Whalers. Now trying to dump it in, but he got too much and it sails into the seats.
Second of the game is 7th of the season, scored by number 17, Wayne Presley. Assisted by number 3, Dave Manson, and number 32, Steve Thomas at 2:17. Blackhawk goal scored by Presley, assisted by Manson and Thomas at 2:17.
And right after the whistle, Baston and Samuelson jabbing at each other with their sticks.
Calming down, and the face-off will be at center. The Francis line on for Hartford, the Savard line for Chicago. Savard with a goal and an assist in the game, now with a total of 51 points for the year. Here's the draw, taken by McGill. Got it to Graham. Dropping it into his own end. McGill flipping it into Hartford territory. Cote to play it. Puts it to the near side. Larmer keeping it into the corner. Steve Larmer works his way behind the goal. Now moves to the far side. Into the deep slot. Larmer still has it. Larmer dropped it from McGill. Returning it in behind the net. Here's Savard, centered it. And Graham chopped it just wide as his stick partially tied up. Out comes Martin. Dumping it into the Hawk zone. Taken by McGill. Trying to clear it and did get it to center. Where Savard races over the line. Savard to the deep slot. Leaves for McGill. McGill to his backhand, moves in, shoots one. Liut stopped it. Meanwhile, Savard paid the price as two Whalers crunched him as he made that pass to McGill, but back on his feet now. Presley at center. Dumping it in.
Broke his lucky stick.
Here's Cote to Turgeon. Bangs it into the Hawk zone. Conroy back. Ahead for Murray. Now Manson on the move. Carries to the line. Manson splits the defense. Pulled down. A penalty is coming. Presley into the corner. Moves in front. Shoot. That's deflected at the defense. Now back of the goal. Here's a centering pass stolen by Liut. And the whistle sounds.
Quenneville gets a hooking penalty, and the Blackhawks get their 6th power play chance of the game. They're 1 for 5. Great chance here with a 1-goal lead. And maybe put this game on ice.
Face-off will be to the right of Liut. Now the draw. Savard won it to the line. Wilson up the boards to Presley. Wayne Presley tees it up, shooting. Blocked at the defense. Presley got to it on the far board. Presley worked it back to the line. Wilson, his long shot. Liut, the save on a deflection. Back of into the far corner it goes. Taken by Thomas. Steve Thomas, near point to Savard. Moved it across to Wilson. Touch pass to Thomas on the board. Thomas hanging on. Moves to the dot. Now dropped it for Wilson. Here's the long shot. Deflecting wide. Savard to the near point. Up the boards to Presley. Wayne Presley. Threw it across to Wilson. Here's the shot. Blocked at the defense. Now Wilson able to hold it in. Is Savard in the deep slot. Feeding Thomas near board. Back to Savard. Far point to Wilson. Long wrist shot blocked out in front, then knocked back to center ice, and the Hawks back in offside. Well, after the whistle sounded, now they wrestle down to the ice. Brad Jennings and Everett Santapass in a scuffle, and didn't see the beginning of it, quite frankly, and it'd be interesting to see the calls here. With the play had been stopped for 5 or 10 seconds before they went at it. They're both led to the penalty boxes.
Still 57 seconds remaining.
Here's the draw to the Whalers. Ladouceur clears. Savard on the near side. Gave it to Wilson. Doug Wilson to center. Shooting it in. On the near board, 5. Had it knocked away by Tippett. Then Savard had it, but lost it. Here come the Whalers, 2-on-2. Brent Peterson over the line, trying to center. Here's the shot. Bang! Great save. Great work from Cote to fight off a Savard check and get off the drive, but Pang was equal to it. Back come the Hawks, then Peterson steals. Brent Peterson on the right wing board. Over the line for Tippett. Dave Tippett fought off a Murray check. Tippett to the far corner, looking for a face-off if he can get it. Now the puck squirts free to the near side. Brent Peterson for Hartford. Tied up along the boards. Now the Whaler penalty is over, and both teams are back at full strength. Into the Hartford zone it goes. Taken by Samuelson. He just hammers it back the other way. And it'll be an icing call against the Whalers.
Aggressive checking. Had the best scoring chance as Cote almost snuck one by Darren Pang as he fought off a Savard check. Brent Peterson, primarily known as a defensive specialist, made the play to Cote, who came up from his defense position.
Face off to the right of Liut. Taken by Ulf Samuelson. Got it ahead to Ferraro. His pass broken up by Manson. Now Manson over the line to Sutter. His wrist shot blocked into the far corner. Dwayne Sutter back of the goal to Vincelette. And works his way in front. Shoots one, and Liut stopped that. Jody Hull trying to clear. Couldn't get it out. Near corner, Sutter. To the line, Manson. Here's the long shot. Tip. Deflected wide. Taken by Sutter in the corner. Wayne Sutter to the deep slot. Conroy trying to bank one. Taken by Basson. Basson on the near side. Had it knocked away back into the Blackhawks zone. Now cleared into the Hartford end. Ladouceur to Dineen. Kevin Dineen over the line. Centered one. Here's a shot blocked at the Hawk defense. Dineen got to it. To the near point, Ladouceur. His centering pass picked off by Noonan out in front. Got it to Larmer. Larmer shooting it in. Graham will get there in the corner. Back of the net for Larmer. Larmer looks to center. Now turns. Put it in behind the net. 4 players battle there. And the Whalers come up with it with Dineen. Clearing it to the center ice area where McGill will dump it right back in. Back of the goal it goes. Ladouceur put it to the near side. Held in by McGill. Here's the long shot. Well wide of the target. And Scott Young for Hartford. Able to battle his way to center and dump it into the Blackhawk zone. Here's a steal by Young on the near side, but then Noonan put the clamps on him. Noonan looking to clear, held in by Turgeon, then McGill got it back. Put it to the far board. Francis works there against Noonan, and they'll hold it. Just under 11 minutes to go in the third. 4-3 Chicago on WBBM.
Here's another satisfied owner of a Black & Decker Dustbuster cordless vac.
Well, I didn't know how indispensable. Very clever, Black & Decker.
First time in a long while the Hawks have had any difficulty in their own zone. The Whalers putting some pressure on, looking for that equalizer. Even though the Whalers had pressure, didn't get a good chance.
Now in the Hawk zone, here's Manson. Trying to clear it. Got it to Murray. Troy Murray hits the line, leaving for Thomas. The blast. Liut fought it off, but made a nice save. And then the Whalers clear it to the Hawk line. Tom Martin took a run at Conroy. Now Thomas knocked down by Babich. But Manson to the line. Shoots one. Liut stopped that. Rebound cleared to the far point. Held in by Conroy. Up the boards to Murray. Threw it to the corner. Now taken by Quenneville. Joel Quenneville got it to center. Hawks will dump it right back in. And now, oh, here's Presley knocked down. Tom Martin's been cheap shotting everybody all night, and Martin just got Presley on a player change.
It's got to be a 5-minute penalty. The stick right in the yap on Presley. And Troy Murray, broken nose and all, goes to the get at Martin, but that's a 5-minute game and a game misconduct.
Tom Martin, I've seen him at least twice. Saw him get Doug Wilson in the early in this period, or the second period rather. And he's been running around with elbows and sticks raised a good part of the night.
That's a 5-minute penalty without a doubt. Presley got right in the mouth, right in the neutral zone.
And Presley's been cut right around the mouth, it looks like.
I imagine Troy Murray will probably get a 2-minute roughing penalty, so the 5-minute penalty will not probably be as... Right now they show the 5-minute high sticking penalty, but I wonder if Troy Murray... I imagine that will be sent to the NHL office. Vice President Brian O'Neill, he's seen more movies this year than Siskel and Ebert.
And all horror flicks, too.
Well, I think the fact that the Blackhawks have had 6 power plays, the Whalers 3, might have made this change here. Now Troy Murray's going to get 4 for roughing.
And a Hawk player coming to the aid of his teammate and challenging Martin. The Hawks are going to get a 1-minute power play. And Martin, I mean, there isn't any doubt what he was doing. The puck was nowhere around. He lifted his stick right up, put it right in Presley's yap, cut him. It was an intentional move, and it would certainly appear. Martin, I would imagine, will be subject to disciplinary action. Troy Murray just grabbed Martin to try to protect his teammate. Gets 4 minutes. And as we said, Tom Martin, that's not the first time he's whacked a guy in this game. He's been running around like that bus that he was traded for. Four skaters aside for now. There's the draw. Taken by Scott Young. Young moves on the near side and his pocket picked by Graham. Graham then rolled it to Basson over the line. He's stood up nicely by Samuelson at the defense. Back comes Dineen into the Hawk zone. Dineen trying to work his way in front. Manson broke up the play. Clearing it to the Whaler line. Now shot into the Blackhawks zone. Conroy on the far side. Got help from Graham. Now ahead to Savard. Dennis Savard 1-on-3 to the line. Shooting. Oh, he beat Liut and just whistled it by the far post. Whalers clear to center. Now Turgeon turning. He dropped it to Samuelson at his own end, feeding Francis. Ron Francis to Samuelson, stepping over the Hawk line against Wilson. Samuelson, side of the net, trying to center it. Picked off by Larmer in front. Steve Larmer. Motors back into the Hartford zone. Feeding McGill. Dropped it for Savard. The pass then click 2-on-1 for the Whalers. Here's a lead for Cote. Offside! Sylvain Cote was well ahead of the play, and the lead pass from Turgeon was too soft and resulted in an offside.
Well, Sylvain Cote just bailed out Bob McGill.
4 minutes for skating and 5 minutes for fighting.
Now they announced that Troy Murray's got 4 for instigating and 5 for fighting. It's the first time I've ever heard of a 4-minute instigation penalty. Unless the question is heritage. Or lack of it.
Still 4 skaters aside as Kerry Wilson deep in his own end. Put it around the boards. Held in by Conroy. Shooting it to the near corner. Tippett. Nice back pass to Babbage, but the play broken up to Presley. Shooting. And a save by Liut as Presley had a chance for a hat trick. Tippett back over the Hawk line. Turning on the near side. Now they jam up along the boards and the whistle sounds with the score. Hawks.
In a minute and 50 seconds, the Blackhawks will get a minute power play opportunity. 7:45 to go in the game, and it's a 4-3 Hawk lead.
Here's the draw now. Taken by Doug Wilson. Wilson starts it away to Dirk Graham. Graham carries to the line. Samuelson knocked him down along the boards with a good hit. Now Scott Young flipped it away to Francis. Francis gains the line, leads for Dineen. Mishandled it. And it's cleared into the neutral zone. Scott Young, a versatile performer, now playing defense in this 4-on-4 situation. He's knocked down, though. Savard steals, moves in. Centered and Larmer. Liut the save. And it's cleared to center. Dineen has a breakaway. He's in alone. Here's the shot. Shot it wide. Dineen had a breakaway. And I think he just shot it wide. I'm not sure if Pang got a piece. Dineen back over the Hawk line. Trying to center it, hit the back of the goal. Wilson picks it up. Doug Wilson bounces it into the neutral zone. Taken by Cote. He flips it in. Taken by Savard. Dennis Savard feeding Manson over the line. Manson trying to move in front. Lost the handle. Liut steers it out of trouble. In 20 seconds, the Hawks will have a 1-minute power play. Now here's Turgeon to the line. Presley stopped him. Wayne Presley into the Hartford zone. Weaving in front, shooting. Liut the save, and a good one. Rebound taken by the Whalers. Here comes Turgeon. Sylvain Turgeon, as he came to the line, faked the shot and forced the play.
And balance inquiries. Think of the convenience. You can bank 24 hours a day, every day of the week, with your Cash Station card from Heritage. There is a Heritage Bank nearby, including our locations in Glenwood, Chicago, Woodridge, and Lamont. The banks are members FDIC.
One second remaining on the penalty to Troy Murray, and the Hawks will have a 1-minute power play. But twice in 4-on-4 situations, the Hawks with a chance. The Whalers have been able to counter. One time Cote went offside. The other time when Doug Wilson got caught, Dineen missed a shot on the breakaway.
The Hawk penalty is over, and a 1-minute Hawk power play here as Vince Gillette gains the line. Then his pass is stolen, and the Whalers clear. Doug Wilson feeds Everett Sanapass. He shoots it in. Ladouceur put it to the near side. Bounced into the slot. Rolled over Savard's stick, and Tippett shoots at the length of the ice. Here's Manson. Dave Manson feeding Thomas over the line. He lost it in traffic. Conroy now got it to Savard. Savard into the Hartford zone. And stick handled it.
No way.
To center, they say.
The puck.
Did you yell at the referee this much last night in your coaching debut?
Probably more.
Undefeated as a coach, huh?
Illinois Amateur Hockey Association last night had a night for their best players in the state, and college night. A lot of the college scouts there looking to maybe offer some scholarships for some of these young players, and some of the Blackhawk alumni coaching, and there were 3 different games. I had the opportunity to coach against Reggie Fleming. I think Reggie intimidated the officials, to say the least.
You outcoached Reggie. Boy, I can't believe you must have.
No, it was a tie.
Yeah, right. Well,
I pull the goalie with the lead.
All right, here's the draw now. Boy, the Blackhawk alumni continuing to do great things for amateur hockey in the state of Illinois. There's the Whalers trying to move in. Meanwhile, Francis and Manson have a battle going, but the play continues as it's shot to the Hartford zone. Samuelson got it to Francis at center. He overskates it. No, cleared to Larmer, who bangs it loose, but the Whalers control with Grant Jennings feeding Scott Young. Young steps over the Hawk line, shoots one. Puck was on edge, and he shot it wide. Conroy now feeds Dirk Graham. Ahead to Savard. Savard into the Whaler zone, feeding Graham to Larmer. Shoots up off the glass. Now cleared to the far side. Larmer, long wrist shot again high. McGill to the near side. His shot, and Liut stopped that. Rebound to the Whalers. Here's Dave Babbage. Babbage over the Hawk line against Wilson to the far corner. Looking to center. Wilson knocked him down. Wilson able to clear it to the near board, and Basson tied up by Dineen. Big scramble in the corner. And they'll hold it there with 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Chicago. Lace out to the right of Darren Pang.
I know the problem. There are too many players. Tough to. Should be 5 guys. That's it.
Here's Ladu Surish. A tip. Pang stopped it. A deflected shot from the draw, and Darren Pang with his biggest save of the game. Whalers, or the Hawks dump it in rather. And taken by Cote on the far side. Up the boards for Dineen. He's too well covered. Back to Sylvain Cote. Cote out to center. Shooting it in. Wayne Sutter on the near side to Basson. And trying to clear it. It deflects.
Individualized on a good scoring chance. The Whalers were able to counter, but Cote unbelievably went offside when Turgeon had the puck. And then Dineen missed the net on a fake as he pulled it back to his forehand and shot it wide.
Cleared into the Hartford zone. Scott Young is back. Shot it to center, and the Hawks will dump it right back in. However, the offside whistle blows. The draw to the Hawks, and they'll shoot it in. Scott Young's played defense his last couple of shifts. Tied up now on the near side, but got help from Turgeon. Sylvain Turgeon weaving over the Hawk line. Got it to Kerry Wilson, whose shot is blocked. Trickled to the side of the net, and Pang will cover it there.
Part of it, right? New York. Islanders with only 7 wins, 21 losses, and 2 ties now.
Blackhawks going for their 8th win. Here's the draw to Babbage, a long shot. Ooh, he just missed the near post with that rocket. Cleared back to the line. Tippett held it in. Now Conroyd steals and got it to Savard at center. He shoots it in with 2 minutes left to go in regulation time. 4-3 in favor of the Hawks. Here's Ferraro. Got around to check to center. Ray Ferraro rolled it into the Hawk zone. Now Conroyd to play it. Trying to clear it, but Babbage held it in. Tippett to the far side. Back of the net for Dineen. Kevin Dineen trying to center one. Picked off by Santa Pass, and he couldn't get it out. Twice the Hawks have had it and failed to clear. Now a third time as it's held in by Cote along the boards. Got it into the far corner. Cote centered it. Picked off by Sutter in front. Sutter feeds Santa Pass. One man to beat is Babbage. Santa Pass to his backhand with a shot. He missed the net. Rebound in behind to Sutter. He's knocked down. Wants the face-off if he can get it, and he does. But they're going to move the draw outside the line, ruling that Sutter stopped the play. And Young lost it to Graham. Now they duel in the corner. We're into the final minute of the third. Savard digging it out. Now he's tied up, and Young took it away. Scott Young cleared it to center. Here comes Liut to the bench. 6 skaters on for Hartford. Whalers dump it in. Kerry Wilson far corner. Lost it to Conroyd. Conroyd behind the net for Manson. Rolled it to Larmer. And he lifts it over the glass and into the crowd with 34 ticks. Savard and Francis will square him up. Samuelson in the slot behind Francis, hoping for a chance. Now ready. Everybody moving early. again. Francis won the draw to Samuelson. Brings it around the boards. Francis in behind. Wilson tied him up. Murray dug it out to Savard. He clears. It'll be an icing call when Young touches it. He does with 20 seconds to go.
Samuelson got the face-off, dumped it around the boards, but the Hawks with good coverage. Doug Wilson tied up the guy around the boards. Troy Murray picked up the loose puck, put it around to Savard, who whacked at it. Trying to get the official to say it deflected off Samuelson to nullify the icing, but no goal.
Again, Savard and Francis ready. The draw to the near side. Whalers hold it in. Back of the net to Francis. Wilson stepped into him. Big scramble at the side of the goal. Where's the puck? And it's frozen as referee Frazier lost sight of it. And we're going to have some penalties coming here as well in a mad scramble at the far post of the Hawk net.
Well, Savard tried to push that puck forward and get it into the neutral zone. It almost worked, but the Whalers kept it in and then tried to stuff it from the far side. 11 seconds now remaining as 9 seconds have ticked off the clock. Manson and Dineen getting sent off. Manson having a strong game. Dineen likewise for the Whalers. Well, two of the better players banished for the remainder of the game.
Penalty number 11, Kevin Dineen, 2 minutes for slashing. Blackhawk penalty number 3, Dave Manson, 2 minutes for slashing at 19:49. Hartford penalty, Dineen, 2 minutes slashing. Blackhawk penalty, Manson, 2 minutes for slashing at 19:49.
Now the face-off is on the far side. The last two face-offs were to the near side and to the right of Darren Pang. Flo and Keenan both standing up on their respective benches trying to position their players.
Now it's Kerry Wilson for Hartford against Savard for the draw. 11 seconds to go. 4-3 in favor of the Hawks. Draw to the left of Pang. Here it is. Whalers win another one. Francis feeding Young on the near side. Bounced away to Murray. He clears. Oh, a bad break. It hit a Hawk player leaning over the boards. But just 3 seconds.
Troy Murray got to the bouncing puck.
Here's the draw. Hacked at. Nobody can find it. The whistle. The horn goes, and the Hawks have won.